So, when you think about journaling, do you ever think about the mental health benefits of journaling? So, what I've been learning, because journaling has become my new passion, I believe that everyone should be doing it in some way, in some kind of way. I think we need to be documenting our emotions, our feelings. I think that it provides clarity. I think it helps us make way better decisions. I think when you can see something down on paper and then you can review it later, it really provides a lot of information that you just can't get when you're in the moment, right? So that's why I think so many therapists actually recommend journaling as part of the therapy. I've spoken to a few people right now who are currently engaged with working with a therapist, and all of them, they're all being told to journal. Some of it is just free writing, some of it is very specific journal prompts, that kind of thing, because it has that much value, right? I mean, when you're not sitting talking with your therapist, there's all the other thoughts that are going on in your head, all the things that come up. We process things gradually, right? So as maybe you, when you're in a therapy session or working with a coach, maybe like myself, you're listening for what you want to hear. You're That's why they say when you go to a doctor and you're anticipating bad news, you should bring somebody with you, because they're going to hear things more clearly than you are. You're going to pick up on one thing and then that's it. That's kind of where you get stuck. And that can happen in a conversation, just general conversation, but it can really happen with a therapist, because you may go in there for a specific reason. They may start to dig away at things, and then all of a sudden now you're still thinking about this other thing. You're not really hearing what they're saying. So being able to walk away from that session and then journal and allow things to come up can be incredibly powerful. So for people who maybe are struggling with some mental health issues or depression, anxiety, just this day and age, life is harder, right? I mean, our economy is more difficult. Just trying to get by on a day-to-day basis is more difficult. We have higher expectations being put on us, higher demands. All of that can be very stressful, and if you don't have a means to output that, unfortunately it can come out in a negative output. You can yell at your spouse, you can yell at your kids, you can get into trouble with a coworker, you could over exaggerate your feelings, and it may not even be about them, probably is not about them, but unfortunately you can get triggered and then you can have an outburst. Or even years and years and years ago, I struggled with my emotions at work, and I would end up in tears sometimes, right? Because we just get so overwhelmed, and if we keep bottling it up, it has nowhere to go but out. So that's why journaling, I think, is so important for people's mental health. Whether you have a diagnosed condition, whether you just feel like you need an outlet, and let's just say it, not all of us have that friend who can just listen and create space for you. A lot of times your friends are going to just get in there and they're actually going to exaggerate the situation or exacerbate this situation or exaggerate the situation, right? They're going to be like, yeah, that's not fair. And they're actually going to, with the right intentions, but they could potentially actually make it worse for you. So that's why I think having a journal is so important for just maintaining a really positive status of equal, just like a nice equal place in our mental health. So yeah, so anyway, so with that being said, of course, I am the journal girl. So I have a lot of different journals, from blank journals for just doing the free writing, as well as guided journals to help those of you who maybe just aren't sure where to start. So I have links in my bio, but reach out. Maybe if you are having some issues and you really don't know where to start with journaling, put a comment or DM me, and maybe I can help make some suggestions. But get journaling.